Hello, welcome to my presentation. I am Owain Llewellyn and I work at Bangor University International College, which is a pathways college connected to Bangor University. And I'm going to talk about where we hope to go as a pathways college, embedding sustainability into our curriculum. So I've been working here for a year, and in that time I've transitioned from the general ELT field, and in that area I've had this website called ELT Sustainable. I've been interested in environmental issues, sustainability for a very long time, and I previously worked at the British Council, and that became quite a good platform for supporting my work in sustainability. I was in Algiers, and as well as managing the adult academic programs, I also wrote a number of classroom materials on sustainability themes that were used in the British Council, and also created a module of an online course on teaching sustainability in English language teaching. A year ago, I left the British Council and came to Bangor, where I now have moved into EAP and work in a pathways college. I'm the programme lead for International Year 1, which is basically the first year of a university degree, principally in psychology and business, and it's quite a big step from where I was, from the context I was working at before. And pretty much right away I wanted to get into how I could be involved in sustainability in EAP. And there was lots that I didn't know back then, which I now know more about. For example, I didn't know about the competencies, which are fantastic. And as this is based around ways of practicing, I'm focusing on these 3 at the moment, and all of them have been extremely used and needed in the journey so far, whether it's getting us a form of strategy. Previously, I'd worked mainly with lesson planning and teacher development, but now looking at how it can go into the curriculum involves this strategic thinking. Also, there's an awful lot of people who I need to get their buy-in, some more enthusiastic than others about it, and so this collaboration is vital. And also integrated problem solving. Instead of being in an organisation where we teach English, I now teach in an organisation that delivers lessons in psychology, business, numerous other subject classes, as well as EAP. So the first thing I did is what I've often done when confronted with a big problem like this: make a sort of vision statement. And what that looked like was this. It became clear that we've got the academic side of things and the facilities side of things, and that became like 2 strands of this vision document. And it also identified who are the key people to work with, whether that's management, colleagues, the university sustainability team, and one group that's conspicuously missing now there, but I know must be included now, and that's the students. So once we had this vision statement that was on an A4 piece of paper, and instantly got a very positive reaction from other people who were potentially interested but wanted to know more about sustainability and how it could possibly impact our Pathways College. this kind of informed what happened next, and there was some low-hanging fruit, particularly in the facilities, like getting a bike rack in, which we didn't have, and it was great to leverage the university connections, and instead of having to buy our own, just call the university and a few days later have it delivered. And it's important, as David Orr often gets quoted, and this idea of buildings having their own hidden curriculum that teaches us as effectively as any course taught in them. And so there it is. That gave us a good start and was something that we could say straight away we've done something. That then got the interest of Oxford International Education Group, who run or own this Pathways College at Bangor. And so I was working with someone in the central office to modify this vision document into a strategy for the whole company, which was very encouraging to get this interest early on. I'd been worried leaving the British Council into a more commercially driven organisation that there wouldn't be this support, but so far there has been. The big challenge was moving away from the facilities and looking at how to get sustainability into our programmes. And this happened as follows. I met with the two other programme leads, made a pitch as to why sustainability should be in all of our programmes. The excellent document by QAA really helped here, so I was all ready with how we can do it and how the place of the global goals as ways to get sustainability into the syllabus was really useful. From there, I went on to meet the management team, and I think the most positive step was then to get sustainability outcomes into the programme specs. This suddenly put sustainability right at the highest level within our curriculum. And important and even more challenging, and as yet not complete, is getting sustainability outcomes into the modules. The key challenge here is we can't have module outcomes that are not assessed. So that's going to mean that if we go ahead with this, we have to get sustainability into the assessment. And as I'll talk about later, that's the biggest challenge at the moment. Teachers' buy-in is vital, and this really started with a professional development session recently, where I and the other two programme leads presented about why sustainability should feature in our classes, with a very long workshopy discussion of how can we embed it and why is it important. I don't want to hide from the fact that there were a lot of different views, some very positive, some not very positive at all, but it's good to have started that conversation, which is hopefully, inevitably, perhaps going to continue. In terms of the way ahead, looking at the original vision document was set with stages ranging from 6 months ahead, 1 year ahead, and 5 years ahead. Where we want to be. According to this little snippet from the vision statement, we've done quite well in some areas. Bicycle parking, a dialogue open with teachers. Other things haven't yet happened, such as in premises sustainability audit. I would say now I'm veering more towards the academic, because I think the university will look after the facilities side of things. A dialogue with students, and if you have any ideas that you've used or suggest for this, I'd be very glad to hear them. At the moment, I've got a provisional agreement to have a, just as I was nominated the sustainability lead in staff, to have a sustainability lead or contact point among the students as a role. And I also think that some form of event is vital, whereas we've had the development session with teachers. I think we need something very grassroots with our students. Going on into the next year, we've looked at trying to get sustainability embedded in every module. I keep saying we, but it's actually I at this point, with provisional agreement from some people. Also, and I think it became quite clear in the professional development session that we ran, there's quite a lot of uncertainty about what sustainability is, and so a lot of support and training needs to be offered, but also this grassroots discussion needs to happen where staff are contributing to what sustainability in our modules is going to look like. And looking towards 5 years, I'm hoping that sustainability would be embedded in every lesson, and that certainly your staff have high eco-literacy, and obviously students are bringing their own eco-literacies to their classes, and also having the opportunity to develop their eco-literacy in our classes. I think I would need to add to this now that I would like sustainability in programme outcomes, which necessitates sustainability in the assessment. So it's going to need a little bit of recalibration of the framework. And in terms of academic, as mentioned, aiming to get teachers to develop their eco-literacy. Using the global goals seems the obvious way to embed sustainability into a variety of different content and language modules, and it also has quite a strong implicit message that sustainability isn't just about being green, it's about so many interdependent things, and very much focused equally on the well-being of people as well as the more than human world. Assessment, obviously the key thing now, if it's going to develop further. If it's going to become embedded into assessment, this is going to involve further management buy-in. At the moment, they're very happy that someone is enthusiastically doing this. It will take a higher level of buy-in if it actually involves some quite hard work changes to the assessment. And bringing students into the dialogue. So, ideas. Basically what I've talked about, the sustainability lead and an event for bringing students in. For teachers, opportunities to develop eco-literacy, perhaps courses. Also, another thing that's come up is a lot of teachers have already done a lot, and I think what the best thing that could be happening is that this is recognised and we just map it so that it's actually seen. In terms of our courses, our global goal for each module, and assessment and management getting their increased buy-in. So, thank you very much for listening. Brief references here. I highly recommend the QAA Education for Sustainable Development document available there, and definitely this book, Earth in Mind. So, thank you for attending.